In this video, I want to share with you the concept of weighted calisthenics, also known as street lifting. Ever since I added weighted exercises to my training, both my physique and raw strength have taken a huge leap forward. I'll walk you through how I trained to take my 1 rep max in pull-ups from 40 to 65 kg and in dips from 55 to 80 kg. So if you are looking to unlock a level of strength that's out of reach for the average person, stick around till the end. I've been training calisthenics since I was 15. I always focused on bodyweight elements and dreamed of mastering moves like the front lever, handstand or planche. When I started out, I had some pretty limiting beliefs. I used to think that weight training, like bench pressing, was not functional and even unhealthy. I believed calisthenics was the ultimate way to train because it mimics natural human movement. Turns out I was wrong and I was holding back my own progress. Even when I eventually learned how to do the front lever and planche, I still felt like something was missing. One eye-opening moment came when I tested my bodyweight dip max, and after several years of training, I could barely do 30 reps. My pulling strength was almost equal to my pushing strength, which isn't how it should be. Typically, people are much stronger in pushing movements. One day, I decided to test my weighted maxes. Even though I'd never really trained with added weight, I managed a 40 kg weighted pull-up and a 55 weighted dip. That's when I realized how much strength I had built from years of doing front levers. They really helped develop my back muscles. Eventually, I decided to shift more focus into street lifting, and honestly, it was one of the best training decisions I have ever made. The results blew my mind. After years of blending street lifting with calisthenics, I've noticed some major benefits of this hybrid approach. But there's a tip: you will probably get better results if you focus mainly on one, either classic street workout or weighted calisthenics, depending on what excites you more. For example, you could train static elements twice a week and add one weighted session for overall strength. That combo builds a solid foundation that will transfer directly into your static skills. Or you could go all in on street lifting and keep freestyle calisthenics just for fun. The beauty of training weighted pull-ups and dips is that these two compound exercises target all the key muscle groups, your pushing and pulling systems. Since they hit so many muscles at once, you will end up with a well-balanced and aesthetic physique where everything develops more or less evenly. Of course, feel free to throw in some extra exercises that matter to you personally. For example, I've recently been focusing on my forearms, so after my main street lifting sets, I hit that area hard. One cool thing I've noticed is that weighted calisthenics makes you strong across the board, even in exercises you haven't practiced much. If you want to barbell row, heavy pull-ups will absolutely boost your numbers, especially if you throw in some deadlifts to strengthen your lower back. On the other side, weighted dips are an excellent base for bench pressing. Once you learn the movement, you will likely enjoy it and progress fast. Personally, I bench press once a week and do weighted dips once a week. That way, I train the chest from different angles, which support both strength and muscle growth. And there's more. Weighted calisthenics really level up my street workout skills too, especially handstand push-ups. That move used to be a nightmare for me. I simply didn't have the pushing strength to lock it out. But after a year of doing heavy dips, I was shocked. Deep handstand push-ups became easy. Remember when I told you I could only do around 30 bodyweight dips before I started training with weight? After a year of training street lifting, I nearly doubled that number and hit 55 reps. And keep in mind, I didn't even train endurance. That progress came purely from getting stronger. Quick note: if you are completely new to calisthenics and just want to build a solid foundation without weights or equipment, I've written an ebook called Calisthenics at Home. It's packed with practical tips to help you increase reps in basic movements like push-ups, build your first static elements like an L-sit, and improve your mobility. Links in the description. I really encourage you to check it out and kick off your calisthenics journey the right way. Let me also give you some practical advice on how I progressed with added weight. At first, I did 3 sets of 5 reps in both pull-ups and dips. Each week, I tried to add about 2.5 kg while keeping all reps solid. This rep range helps build both muscle and strength, because 5 reps is heavy enough to challenge your nervous system. The more motor units you recruit, the stronger you get. Of course, you will eventually fail, for example, the last set. You won't be able to keep adding weight and still hit 3 sets per 5 repetition. When that happens, switch to 3 sets of 3 reps. That will focus even more on raw strength rather than muscle mass. After about 8 weeks of training, test your new 1 rep max and build a fresh training plan with the new stimulus to shock your body again. One last thing, if you are thinking about getting into street lifting, make sure you've got the basic covered first. Before jumping into heavy sets, you should have solid form and be able to do at least 10 clean pull-ups and 15 dips. And don't worry, you can start light even with just 2.5 kg. In fact, it's smart to begin with higher reps, for example 8 to 10, to lock in technique and get used to the movement pattern. That's it for the video. I hope all the tips and personal insights helped you out. If you did get value from this, I would really appreciate a like, comment and subscription. It helps me grow the channel and reach more people who want to level up in calisthenics and strength training. Catch you in the next one. Bye.